Hi guys, this is Zoho Notebook. It's an online application that's really useful for collaborating with groups and other people. So I'm going to show you some of the tools that are available to it. And first of all, I want to tell you why I think it's something that we should use for our ASILT team. I've used it effectively and successfully with a couple of other groups, and most recently Fred and I used it to collaborate on a shared document that we were building to do some teacher evaluations. And it's similar, Penny, to the collaborative space that you and I used in Google Docs, except has a lot more functionality and can host a number of other things that would support all of our teamwork. And so let me show you those tools, and we can decide again if we think it's going to be useful for our team. So first of all, when you come into Zoho, this is the template that you will see. You won't see this, you'll see a blank screen where I have this stuff. So when you make a new books show up down here. I'll show you a blank page that I was just talking about. If I want to add a page, now I have 5 pages over here in my notebook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the newest one I've just added, and I'm going to call this one Sources. And if we wanted to have a bibliography of all the resources that we consult and use over the course of 3 years, articles, books, journals, those could all be put on our sources page as an example of what type of information you might collaboratively build there. Now, all of the technology in Zoho is drag and drop, so people using our Macs will be very familiar with the logic. You just drag the tools from where they are on the side and drop it onto the page. So let me show you a couple of those tools. First, an important piece is adding text. So you can see I've got some text in here already. So if I want to add some more text, I click Add Text, and up comes a little text box that can be resized and positioned on the page anywhere you want. And then if I want it to stay in one spot, I can pin it down. So now I can't move it. I've used the pin function here. When you click inside of it, a little editor comes up, and let's say we want a message board on our page. So please post name and date and put new messages above previous. I'll spell this wrong. You see it's got a little spelling editor there. Above previous message. So say we want anybody who's coming in on our team to, if they've made changes to any documents or added things, they just leave us a little message so the whole group knows what work has been done most recently. You can bold and underline and resize font in here. You can add color to text as well. So if I want to make this a color that stands out because I want people to remember to put the new messages above previous, they can. Now, so I could come in here, and it's May 26th, and it's 7:05 a.m. and I want to say hi group. Just showing you Zoho applications, right? Now, the next person that comes in, so let's say Penny comes in, and now it's May 30th. 11:50 p.m. So Penny's saying she's just finished off a bottle of wine and thinks this Zoho is, and you get the point here. Again, it picks up any spelling errors. You can see I'm a good speller. There we go. Right now, let's say we want those messages just to have a little color to them, so the person and time is highlighted. We can do that. We just use the little highlight tool there. So again, very easy technology to use and has lots of functions. Now what you see is it starts to push this when we go below this where the text box is sized. It doesn't resize the text box as you put in more text, it actually creates a little scroll bar so that this won't take up your whole page, which is a nice little function as well. Now, if I want to give our little message board some distinction, I'm going to draw a layer over top of it, right? And now I want that layer to have a different fill color, so I can fill it with these tools up here. I can give the border some distinction, and I can have that border be a different color as well. Now I got to fill that again with this color here. Okay, now I want to send that layer, I don't want it over my text because that doesn't work, so I want to send it to the back. So I simply send that layer to the back and it drops behind the text. Save your work as you're working. So there's one example of a drag and drop function of the tools. Let me show you a couple of the other tools, and I'm going to move to a page called the minutes here now, and we can see how that might work. So if I go over here to minutes and I want to add an image, I can click on image, I can click on audio, it will add some audio, I can add video, it'll record video or embed video. All of those things can happen. But what I want to do here is I just want to show you, these are all adding content. I want to add a file, right? So let's say I want to add a bunch of the minutes that Judy is keeping from our ASILT group meetings. So I can insert that, and there's our minutes from April 29th. And again, I can pin those on there, and we can keep a collection of that work over the course of our entire 3 years. So that's very quickly some of the tools that are available in Zoho. You can add PDF files, slideshows, all types of things that make our work useful. And again, what I really like about something like this, or even Google Docs, is that it allows us to have our meetings here at school and then go away and reflect and come back and say, I had this idea, or this is what we were talking about in our meeting. I've had a chance to sort things out, and here's my thoughts. We can build shared agendas for professional development days as we guide our staff through the learning pieces on those days. We can build the learning pieces here in Zoho where we can collaborate. The idea is not to have people working on it anytime, anywhere, although that is the opportunity that it provides. So it actually lifts the burden of work from a group in many ways, because you can go at it. You don't have to work to get everybody together to meet at certain times. You can go at it on your time and get some feedback and quick thoughts from your group members when you need it. So I think we should certainly think about giving it a try and building our framework document in here, and maybe we'll try that later on this week as we get together. Thanks a lot.